the cars are big stones.
There was just a few rabbits there.
I think I just saw one.
We'll see them running around bridge. A couple of rabbits there, lads. We're just going down here to get a box of worms.
I think
And a big bull. The bull's out in the field. I'm going to go in around that castle and give you a little look.
popping up. I think I saw one popping up.
There's rabbits there, Bridgie. Oh, look at that. Hey, Patrick got a new puppy. Hello, puppy. Hello, fella. There's rabbits running up there, lads, by the gate. He got no puppy. His wife there let me in, the farmer woman. Fair play to her, lads. So nice and stuff. Two big ones there, Bridge. What about that? Yeah, let your brother hold them. Let your brother hold them quick.
Okay.
Yeah, approach your hand, son.
Your hand.
Man, no, hurry on.
Why? He's sneaking around me.
Man, so we put him in here.
No, let me hold.
Let him hold him so quick and put him into the... Alright, put him in there. Come on, because they don't want to get too warm. That's it. You mind that there. We'll keep him in. Bobby! How do you do, Bobby? Go over this way. Look, we're going to the castle for a look, children. We have enough worms got anyway, so... Hold on, we try there.
The worms are just back there.
Try around here. Oh, Bridgie, you'll have to get the thing. Look at him, Dazzlers.
Dad,
Don't fall, just take your time going back getting it. Yeah. Quick. Easy now. You got it. Open it up there. Got it. Open it that way, yeah. Sure, I'll do this. Got it tight. Oh, I drop on the worms. Get him there, son. He's a whopper.
He's
Bridgie, you pick him up there for me. Quick, Bridgie.
And then
Good
you
girl.
put it into
Put him
my
in there.
hand.
No, put it into that jar there because you get too warm. Good girl. She don't like, she don't mess around.
He's moving.
He's a wiggly one.
No,
That's what
you're
you call
so
a wiggly
weird.
worm. Careful now walking in here.
I've never been in here before. But thanks, this is the wiggly part.
Niall. Yes, alright, Niall. Don't be so loud. Mind them littles because they'll sting you, so be careful with them. Very good, Bridget. Look, the old part of the old farm. Look at the old... This is the old castle now, lads. And... What's just the thing that amazes me about this castle? The roundy domed roof in it. Look, see that? The domed roof, like. And it's, you might be able to say, but that's gone up like that. Oval shaped it is. Like you stuck a big massive egg up there. I mean, that's there hundreds upon hundreds of years. And the way they built things back in the days. Not a lot of this castle left, but there's a higher floor, alright, like, but that was an old joke, guys. Patsy probably went on that when he was a little child boy up and down. Don't you know he was on that when he was new?
Look, you drink here.
That's where they get to walk the bullies around there. That's a big silage pit over there, see there? If you walk in there now, you would just drop dead, you'd be gone. As soon as you walk into that, not alone it'd go over your head, but just the fumes alone, just to take the oxygen away, you would just, as soon as you step into it, you're as good as dead. That's about 30 or 40 square feet now there, so all this long there, look. And in the summertime you'd be walking around there now, if we didn't know a patch, you built up the wall now, but before the wall wasn't really that high. And you'd walk along and it looked like grass. Just you think it was only grass because it was all grass growing in it over the heat of the summer. You step onto it, think, gone through it. Your goose is cooked. Cooked, I tell you. What is it, Bridgie? What's your goose?
Goose is cooked.
Your goose is cooked. Like,
I think
the walls are jet black.
there's loads of worms in here, I'm guessing. What are you doing?
You won't get no worms in here, Bridgie. Careful now, son, don't fall and get hurt. I don't care if you climb, just as long as you don't get hurt. There must have been a fire in here one time. You know, what's this one? Careful now, don't cut. Oh, I can't fall over. Oh, this part of the castle would have been. Matter of fact, I don't know what part of the castle it would have been. It's hard to tell. That was a... I don't know what that was about. But all I know is it took some work to build it. Back in the days, there's no sign of steps and stairs. Could have been stairs here one time, I don't know. Different rooms up there. I must ask Patrick when I get a chance. Yeah. I don't know what it was all about.
That can be a secret way.
It must be a secret way. Come on, so mind, I'll fly back and hit you in the face. Alright, keep your hands inside your things again. It was a big enough oil castle, alright, look, there's a bit of a turret or something.
Look, Dad, this one.
Take this to the walls. Good girl.
My hands are
And mind where you're stepping your feet, because you don't want to fall over and get stung on the face. And the walls are 4 foot thick. And more, 5 foot thick in places. It must have arched, like it was arched there. There's the entrance, but this is only a bit of it. Most of it's gone. So I'd say she was a fairly big old castle at one time, alright. God knows what that was, probably just a baking area, that was probably for cooking, probably the kitchen. There's old castles in the hundreds, and if not there thousands around Ireland. There's more than the wall there, look. Anyway, see the worms in there. Come up now, come up son, come up. And that one just dies a bun. Right, let's head on down this way. Can you go for?
Oh, I did.
There's a little wall there, look. I said like the Patsy told me before what I was here and what I forget. I mean, I can say there was a castle, but I don't know if I get the history of it. Watch that too, lads. Look at the way they built that now. Dead straight, back in the day, not a bother, no levels. All done with plumb lines.
Oh, don't jump in that poo. Oh, God.
Just well, step into that and it's hi-ho, goodbye amigo. You see the way this castle's round it here now, look. See where you've been invaded by who? See, these would have been belonged to the English, obviously, when they came over to Ireland back in the day. Well, they just enslaved our people, took our land and starved us out of it. And a lot of us went to America and made a new beginning over there. Yeah. And a lot of people just died back here, and you'll find famine graveyards around Ireland. There's only one down the road there in Tipperary, big famine graveyard. So, and then what happened is you might be tossed out of your own land and you'll be walking down, we'd say the country roads, like there was hardly no roads. And then you might walk out through another patch of land, and then the lord of that land, they have a cheat to call himself lords. There's only one lord, Lord God. But anyway, the person who stole that land in and tell you, oh, you're trespassing, and could have you arrested and put in jail, you and your children. And all you're trying to do is you're trying to get off of Ireland and find the ocean, literally, so you can get a boat and save your children. But not thousands of people, children, men, women and children died of starvation. So Ireland has a gruesome history with genocide, like that's what they done. That's genocide back in the days, the Brits. It was genocide they done here in Ireland, but we don't carry that here today. I mean, we still want our country and all that. I mean, we don't give much care about our monarchy over there, but we have no big hatred towards them. But what you have in the world now is a lot of people going on about reparations, and they're going, oh, your ancestors done this to us and you need to pay up for it. Something that happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago. You have a lot of things, we will say, coloured people to call themselves, like we're all coloured people if that's the way you want to look at it. But anyway, and then you have the justice warriors and the likes of them pushing out hate and saying, oh look, this land was stolen from them people. Well, if that's the case, so Ireland should be handed back to the Irish. And is it? No. And will it be? No. So, I mean, that's the way it went. Back in the days, this is how most kings come about. One man up here seems to have a load of gold or whatever he had for financial gain back in the day. He built an army. He went over there then to a fella who didn't have as many soldiers to protect him, and he took his land off of him. Then his land grew, and he brought in them soldiers, and they wound up some turn against their own and go working for him. Then the army get bigger and bigger, and then they'd go over and take more land and more land and more until they were taking countries, and then they'd enslave their own people as well. So I mean, the Africans enslaved each other, the Egyptians enslaved each other, English enslaved its own poorest of people. Look, in slavery's been going on all over the world, so when you hear that just the black man was a slave, that is not true. You know, and they say, no, the white man enslaved the black man. Not at all. I mean, this is the kind of hatred to push out. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're here in Ireland and we've been through genocide, right? We know what genocide is about, and remember your past so it doesn't repeat it, but forgive and move on and try and make life better for everyone. Because if they keep pushing out the hate the way they are, well, it's going to make life difficult for everyone, okay? It'll tear society apart is what it will do. It'll tear society apart, and then the society in the future will be like that building. Just a ghost of what it used to be. Are you doing a little bit of dancing, yeah? I might have to blur your faces out now if they can see. Look at them. Dancing away on the farm. Sing that song you wrote for Patsy, Bridgie. His name is Patsy Boyle and he'll greet you with a smile. We get worms on his land, they are so big and grand. We catch salmon in his river and he takes them home for dinner. And then he'll take a stand. And there's a teacher here in Ireland, Enoch, I think his name is, Enoch Burke. And he's in prison at the minute up Mountjoy jail where many an Irishman was put in the past. And many an Irishman was, his last bit of breath was taken up there. But he's up there because he wouldn't call a student by student made up its own pronouns. It's choosing not to be one sex but a different sex, and he doesn't want to go against his conscience of calling this student something that it's not. So he's in jail for it. I mean, it's all over the world now. People must know about it all over the world. He's still in jail here in Ireland over it, and he stands by his conscience and he's right too. Like what's going on in the world, and all you get is a couple of people on Twitter, a couple of twats on Twitter who get on to the rest of their cronies to force people to take action, and the people then take action over a couple of purple-haired backward simpletons who want to really destroy your child's mind, because that's what they're doing. Telling your children that boys can be girls and girls can be boys is just ridiculous, right? And then it's just completely the destruction of the future, right? It's destruction of the children. And the people who push this are purple-haired or red-haired freaks, right? Who don't have children of their own usually. And if they do, then God help them poor children, that's all I can say. But it wouldn't be happening to my boys and girls, and that's the truth. They'll know what they are. So that teacher is here in Ireland, lads. Fair play to man, and God bless him, man. And I hope it gets resolved soon that he can get out. But as he said, it's his conscience and he's not going to go against it, and I respect that man for that, because I do the very same thing myself. And until good people stand up and do like he's doing, and stand up and say, no, I'm not doing something that I don't agree with, we'll keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed. Even though I heard him on the radio talking, women were complaining they can't go out in the GAA football pitch, which is not true. But people are pushing that now. Oh, the men hate the women, and it's all pushed by these. Do you ever see the people who push this? They're freaks. They come up out of the basement, they come out of somewhere like that is where they're coming into a beautiful world like this, and they want to destroy it, and they want to drag everything that's beautiful like that and drag it back in there with them into their caves, literally. They wouldn't get a man to save their lives, and that's what goes on. Anyway, so look, just remember, keep it real, right, and keep it lit. So on we go, lads. So with that said, boom. Well, the children are gone in the other passage for some biscuits. In there, they love going around the old farm. Must be full rabbits down this way here, lads. So the rabbits be running around the place there. See, can I get them on camera? Be down along the ditch there. Well, lads. See that ditch down there? They're running along down there. I see them there now, come on, they'll be running around up there as well. Like. They're running around all over the place, as I said. That's used to show them. Pew! Shot many a rabbit myself, I trust me. How's your cat and bags?